Hey everybody, so today I wanted to talk about Fortified and why I think it needs a buff, especially in the hardcore game modes. So if we look at Fortified, it says it reduces damage from explosives by 15%. And I don't have the exact numbers, but I know most explosives do close to around 100 damage, around 60 to 100 damage if not more on their own. So if you weren't aware, in hardcore mode you basically have about 30 health in Vanguard, and that was the same for Modern Warfare. So with that, without Fortified, you're clearly going to die from any form of explosives because it's going to do way more than 30 damage in hardcore mode. Even if we were to reduce that 60 damage minimum by 15%, that's still more than 30 damage, and you're still going to die even with Fortified acting the way that it's described. So in Modern Warfare with EOD and other previous Call of Duties, I believe with like Flak Jacket, it's changed names over the years, those would put a cap to how much damage you could receive from explosives. So in Modern Warfare, I believe it would cap at like 29 damage, so that you would be able to survive at least one indirect explosive damage. If you get stuck with a thermite or stuck with a Semtex grenade or direct impacted with any form of explosive, it's still going to kill you even with Fortified or even with EOD in Modern Warfare. And I'd like to think that this is just an oversight because this Perk 1 Tier 1 slot is easily the most competitive. I think sometimes us hardcore players just kind of get overlooked. And if you look at this Perk 1 category, you have things like Ninja and Ghost that are super competitive. So I have to believe that they wouldn't want one of their Perk 1 slot perks just completely useless and not even being able to be used. So I just wanted to put together a couple clips of how this works out in an actual game of hardcore search and destroy. And I actually got a guy to throw a grenade exactly where I told him to, just so I could show how the Fortified perk doesn't actually help you with that first initial explosive damage. And then this was actually from the same game, and this little clip wasn't intentional, but I do get a nice triple and the guy on the other team gets a double off of me, even with Fortified on. And if we slow it down, we can actually see that this grenade honestly doesn't even land that close to me. I truly believe that the Gammon Bomb needs a nerf too, but that's for another day. So let me know your thoughts. Should Fortified be buffed, and should it be viable in hardcore game modes, or should you just die to explosives? I mean, I probably won't ever run Fortified, maybe on a couple maps. I pretty much exclusively run Ninja just because I love having no footstep audio, but there might be some maps where running Dead Silence with Fortified might be a viable option. But for quality of life, I think that this needs to work the same way that EOD did in Modern Warfare, because I think it just worked out nicely. Even with EOD on and taking that initial explosive damage, you would only end up having 1 health, and in hardcore you don't regen health, so the next little speck of damage that you take would be an instant kill. I think it was very balanced that way and worked out really nice. So let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.
Couldn't let me get that 6-piece, huh?